Now in this video, we're going to talk about a travel website. So this is a travel and tour website over here, as you can see, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to create this beautiful, amazing travel and tour website that you see over here. Now this website is done using free plugins, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to create this website for yourself or for any travel agency that you're working with. So as you can see over here, this is how the travel website looks like. And if I'm going to select one tour over here, so let's say I'm going to go to Ghana, I can click on view details over here for it to be able to view the details of Ghana. And as you can see, it's for 5 days and 4 nights, and then the pricing is also over here. So we have the single occupancy and then the double occupancy. All pricings are over here, and then you can have some details. And then when you go, we have the overview, the itinerary, the includes and excludes, and then the map of that particular trip that you are going for. So if you click on itinerary over here, it's going to take you through your itinerary, day 1, day 2, day 3, where you're going to do all of them over there. And then when you click on includes, excludes, it's going to tell you all the things that it is included in this particular trip and all the things that it is excluded in this particular trip. And then you can view the map also of the place that you are going. So as you can see, this is the map of Accra. So the trip is going to go to Accra, Ghana over here. So basically this is how the whole thing looks like. And you can also send an inquiry to find out about the trip and all those kind of stuff. And then you can check availability if you want to. So if I click over here to book for the trip, I can check the availability of the trip, and then I can be able to book for it if I want to book for it. So let's say I want to book the trip on October 2nd. I can click on continue over here, and then it's going to take me to the package. Now we have all-inclusive package, and then we have accommodation and tour package. So if you want the all-inclusive package, we have the double occupancy and the single occupancy, which is 6,500 and 4,000 for the double occupancy, 4,500 for the double occupancy. And then when you go to the accommodation, it is 4,300. When you go to the accommodation and tour, it is not all inclusive. As you can see, it's just they give you accommodation and then they take you through the tour. So with the all inclusive, it means that you're gonna have everything inclusive, maybe flights and other stuff also inclusive. But with the second package, which is the accommodation and tour, we also have double occupancy and single occupancy, all the prices over here. So you can select any one that you want, and then you can click on proceed to check out. All right, so this is the checkout form over here. You can go ahead and then fill in your details, and then you can book later, or you can pay with PayPal. Okay, so there are a lot of payment options that you can choose from in the plugin that we're going to use over here. And this is the trip summary also over here, and then you can go ahead and then just click on book now to book your trip. And that is what basically it. So this is how the whole website looks like. Okay, so it is not really complicated. It's very simple to make, just for travel and tours. So those who organize group tours and other stuff, you can use this one for your group tour website that you're looking for. So if you want to go and see all trips, this is how the all trips field also looks like. So as you can see, the all trips page, this is how it looks like. So you can search through destination, you can set through price, you can set through either duration, you can also set through activities, you can set through trip types and all those kind of stuff. Okay, so that is it. And then if you look at activities also, you can see all the activities that comes with this particular website. So we have the beach, which I haven't set an image for, but you can set image for everything over here. So we have hiking, snorkeling, swimming, tour, walking, and a lot of trip types or trip activities that you want. And then we also have destinations also over here. So for destinations, Dubai, I haven't set an image for it, but you can set for it. We have all the destinations. So all your destinations, as you create them, will be listed on this particular page over here. And then we also have your account, so you can be able to check out your account. People can be able to log in and then even sign up for it. So if they want to sign up, they can go ahead and then sign up, as you can see over here. Okay, so basically that is how it looks like. So this is a simple travel and tour website, and I'm going to walk you through how we created every trip on this particular website. Okay, so I'm going to walk you through step by step how you can be able to create trips, the plugin that we're going to use in creating all these trips. I'm going to walk you through it, and then you have a fair idea of how everything works. Okay, so basically that is it. If you are new over here, please, I would love you to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's go together. Let's go together. Do not hide yourself. Okay, I want to see each and every one. Just hit the like button, hit the subscription button over there, and let's go together. Okay, so let's jump into the main video and let's start designing this amazing website as you see over here. Alright guys, so to be able to create this amazing travel and tour website, now first of all we need what we call domain name and then hosting. Okay, so we're gonna create go ahead and then get a domain name and hosting, and if we get a domain name and hosting, then we can be able to install WordPress on our domain name and then hosting. Then we can be able to go ahead and start designing our WordPress website or our travel and tour website that you see over here. So now let's go ahead and then get a domain name and hosting. Now for those of you who don't know what domain name and hosting is, a domain name is simply the URL that you're going to type on the search bar or inside the browser for your website to pop up. That is what we call the domain name. Okay, so if you don't know what domain name is, and then hosting is just like having a plot of land online whereby you put all your things over there. Okay, so a domain name is like your address, and the hosting is like your physical building that you build on the internet. Okay, so after getting the domain name, you have to make sure that you you have a physical structure where you're gonna put all your files and other stuff in it, and that is the hosting. So we're gonna rent a space online where we can be able to put all our files, our web design files over there. Okay, and that is it. So we want to install WordPress, but if we want to install WordPress, where are we going to install it to? We have to have a hosting, and that is why we say hosting. Okay, so basically we're gonna go, I will leave a link in the description for you guys, and then you can just type in Kaetech Digital over here, kaetechdigital.com. just type in kaetechdigital.com slash Namecheap. Okay, so just type in this one over here. I'm gonna leave the link in the description over there, and then you guys, it will take you to this particular website over here. Now it is not it is not my website. It is a website where you can get domain name and hosting over there, but if you use my link to get a domain name and hosting, you are supporting the channel, and then you're helping us to keep doing the videos that we are doing, because we're gonna get a small commission from everything that you buy. You're not gonna pay more, but you will get a small commission from whatever you buy. Okay, and that is it. So get over here and then just type in any name that you want to use for your website. So let's say I have bought a domain name already, which is Kaetech Tutorials. That is what I'm going to use for my website. But let's say you want to use, let's say maybe trips around the world.com. Okay, so let's say something like this. Let me try and see if this one is available. Now if it is available, it's going to tell you that it is available. Okay, if it is not available, you have to make sure that you go ahead and then purchase a new one. Now you see, this is a premium domain and it's going for $811. Okay, so I'm not gonna just buy this particular one because this is very expensive. I'm just gonna add GH to it. GH means Ghana. Okay, so I just want to reduce the cost over there, and as you can see, as I added GH over there, it has come down to 11.28 USD. Okay, so that is not a premium domain, and I can be able to use this one. Now the reason why this becomes a premium domain is because of the trips around the world. Okay, that keyword is a powerful keyword that a lot of people might be searching for, so it becomes a premium domain, and that is why the cost went high like that. But I can add something. You can add your country code over here and other stuff for it to reduce the price of the domain name. And as you can see, I have this one. I can go ahead and then just click on add to cart over here. Okay, so I can click on add to cart, and then it will be added to my cart. Now that I have this one, let me wait for it to add to my cart. Okay, so as you can see, it is added to my cart. So now that it is added to my cart, I have some couple of things over here I'll remove, okay, because my subtotal is 52. Don't worry about it, I'm going to remove it. Now what I will do is I'm going to go over to hosting over here, and I'm going to use a shared hosting. So I'm going to click on shared hosting, and then I will get hosting as low as 1 point something or $2 a month, okay, which is quite okay. So as you can see, $1.89 a month. Okay, so I'm going to get this particular domain and hosting. Sorry, I'm going to get this particular hosting over. Of course, you can choose anyone that you want, but let's say I want this one because this one gives me a free domain. If I don't have a domain, they're going to give me a free domain with these extensions over here. Okay, and then I can host 3 websites on this particular hosting. They're going to give me 20 gigabyte SSD and then 30 mailboxes, means that I can create 30 different emails, okay, email accounts on this particular website hosting. And then a website builder, which we're not going to use, and then some AI tools also over here. Okay, so basically that is how you can be able to get it. So now just click on get started over here, and they're going to ask you if you have a domain, or it is an existing domain, a new domain, or existing domain. So let's say it is a new domain, and they're going to ask you which one. And as you can see, they've already selected this particular one for me over here, okay, because it is already in cart. Now I can link it. So as you can see, my domain name is 11.46, and then my how do you call it, the hosting is 22.88. so together I'm going to pay 34.34, which is not up to even a $50, okay, so which is quite cheap. For a whole year you're going to pay 34.34, which is very, very good, cheap. So you can add it to cart, and then you are good to go. So after adding it to cart, forget about this sum total. I'm going to remove this one over here, which is ship fast. I'm going to remove this one. All right, so that is it. So as you can see over here, this is what I'm buying. I'm buying this particular one and this particular one over here. Okay, so of course, if you want to keep the domain for a very long time, you can increase it to 10 years. Okay, and for the 10 years you're gonna pay $146. So if you know that your business is gonna stay for long, just buy the longer one and then keep the domain, so that when you don't you forget renewing, it wouldn't worry you that much. So because otherwise every year you're gonna renew this particular domain. Okay, so that is it. So if everything is okay and you think you're okay, just click on confirm your order, and then go ahead and then pay for your domain. Now of course I already have a domain already, so I'm not going to go ahead and then pay for the order. But then with you have to pay for your order. Create an account on Namecheap if you don't have, and then go ahead and then create your order. Now I'm going to go to dashboard over here with the Namecheap dashboard, and then I'll go ahead and then check out my domain which I have on Namecheap. All right guys, so this is the domain I already have. It's even getting out of hand, means that if I don't renew it by 10th October, they're gonna take it off, but I will still renew it. So but this is the domain that I have, and this is my hosting over here, and this is my domain. Okay, my domain will expire next year, this one will expire this year. Okay, so I just need to renew the hosting, and then I'll be good to go. But I just want to show you how you can be able to install WordPress. After buying your domain, it looks like something like this. Okay, so you're gonna get your domain over here, and then your hosting also over here. Now forget about these two things. These two things are different things altogether, but you're gonna get this one and this one. These are SSL. Okay, now automatically when you get your domain name and hosting, Namecheap gives you an SSL whenever you start creating your website. You can install free SSL on all your websites that you create on this particular hosting. Okay, so it doesn't matter whether it is a subdomain or not, you're gonna be able to install SSL on it. Okay, so that is it. So now that I have this one, now what I'm going to do is I want to log into my cPanel. Okay, so now to be able to control your hosting and to be able to install WordPress on our hosting, we need to log into our cPanel. Now the cPanel is a control panel which controls your hosting. Okay, the files and other stuff on your hosting, the cPanel controls it. So we want to log into it, and then we can go ahead and then create install WordPress on it and then start creating our website. So to be able to log into our cPanel, now when you install when you purchase the domain, you get login details to your cPanel. Okay, but if you don't get it, do not worry, you can hover on this particular hosting icon over here. Okay, so this is the hosting icon. Hover on it, just hover on it like this, and then come over here which says where is it? Come over here, it says go to cPanel. Okay, so go to cPanel. Now to be able to go to cPanel, just click on it, and then it's going to take you to the cPanel. Okay, so the cPanel, it will automatically redirect you to the cPanel, and as you can see, this is how the cPanel looks like. Okay, so it is very, very simple with some few icons and some other stuff that you need, and basically that is what the cPanel. You're going to have your primary domain name over here, and then all the things that controls your cPanel, the the IP addresses and other stuff. Okay, the statistics and all those things, you're going to see it over here, but we're not going to tackle what the cPanel is. All what we want is to install WordPress on our hosting, and then we can be able to start creating our website. So to be able to install WordPress, now just scroll down over here. Okay, scroll down over here. Now after you after you buy the domain name and then the hosting, okay, make sure that these two things are basically linked together. Okay, so make sure that it is linked together. So go to, let's say, manage. Okay, go to manage over here, and then check your domain name. Okay, and then make sure that the name servers are pointed to your hosting. Okay, so first of all, it will be at the basic name chip over here. Okay, name chip over here, basic name chip over here, but point it to the name chip web hosting server, DNS. Point it over, change it to this one, and then when, let's say, if it is over here, okay, it's gonna have something like this. When you change it to this place, you're also gonna have something like this. Click on this but check button over here, and then it will save it. Okay, it will save it. Now when you save it, now you can go ahead and then go to do whatever you want to do by installing WordPress and all those things. Okay, so after you do that, after you point it to the right hosting, we can go over here and then click on WordPress. So come and then search for what we call Softaculous Apps Installer. Okay, under it you're going to see script, you're going to see categories. Okay, now we're going to deal with the script, and then we're thinking about WordPress only. Okay, so just look for it and then just click on WordPress. All right, so now that you click on WordPress, it's going to direct you to this place. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here and then click on install. Okay, so install now. So click on install now over here, and then select your domain. Okay, as you can see, this is my domain that I'm going to use. Okay, now I have some few domains over here. Okay, but this is the one that I'm going to use. These are all subdomains that I created, but this is the one that I'm going to use. Okay, so this particular one for yours is going to be only one domain selected over here. Now make sure that your SSL has propagated and everything is working successfully before you go ahead to install the the WordPress on it. Now scroll down, do not write anything over here. Okay, make sure that this one is to the highest one, WordPress, the highest WordPress. Now I'll come over here, give your site a title. Okay, so give it site title. So let's say I'm going to give it Let's Travel. Okay, so I'm going to say Let's Travel, and then you give this one admin username. So your admin username, what username do you want to give it? So I'm going to say maybe Kobe. Okay, and then your site description. So what site description are you going to say? So I'm going to say maybe travel agency. Okay, and then you set your admin password. Okay, so you can generate more using this one. Make sure that it is very difficult, and then you can copy it and save it somewhere else. So I want to copy it and save it somewhere else. So I'm going to open a new window over here, and then save this one over here. Okay, so let me hide this one. This one is going to be my admin password, and then this one is the username. Okay, so basically you need to remember it, because if you don't remember, it's gonna worry you. And then also your admin email. So make sure that you create an admin email. Now, to be able to create an email on your hosting over here, it is also very simple. We're gonna go over here to our cPanel over here, and then just scroll down where you see email over here. Just click on email account. Okay, just click on email account, and when you click on email account, all what you need to do is just, for yours there's going to be only one over there, and just click on this one which says create, create, and then the blue button which says create, and then you can create. So I'm just going to create this email which says info at kaetechtutorials.com, and then you can set or generate a password. So I'm going to generate a password. Okay, so I'm going to generate a password for my email, and then I'll go ahead and then keep that password also over here. So this is for my email. All right, so I'm going to keep that password over here, and then you can go to optional settings over here, and then you can increase the space storage of your email. Okay, so the number of storage that you want, but I'm going to leave it as it is, and then you can click on create. Okay, so now that you create it, automatically it has created your email address for you, which is the info at kaetechtutorials.com or your website.com. Okay, so now let's come over here and then just add our email over here. So I'm going to just add the info over here. So this is our email that we've created. All right, so now that we have this one done, with this ones you can select the plugins that you want. With this one, that is Extendify, I'm going to just untick it, okay, because I don't like it. And then also installation details, where you want your installations to go. I'm going to say the info at kaetechtutorials.com. Okay, that is where I want it to go, and then I'll just click on install. So now it is installing our WordPress on our server for us. Okay, so, or our hosting server for us. So just hold on a second, for some few minutes, and then as you can see, we are good to go. Our website is live. And if we click over here to view the website, we're gonna have a new WordPress installation over here for us. Okay, as you can see, this is our WordPress website, really done so fast, so quick, and that is it. Now we can go ahead and then log into our admin website. Okay, so admin site, every WordPress website have the front end and then the admin side. So you have to log into the admin side by clicking on this particular one which says your website /wp admin. It will gonna take you to the admin side of the WordPress site that you've just created. All right, so now that we are over here, we've created our we've bought our domain, our hosting, created our WordPress website, or installed our WordPress on our website. Now we're gonna do some few quick settings of WordPress. All right guys, so now that we are over here on our dashboard, now we're going to do some few settings. Okay, so first of all, I just want to clear the dashboard and make it a little bit neat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this dismiss over here, and then with this dashboard notices over here, I want to clear them. So I'll click on the screen options over here, and then I'll untick all these ones over here. Okay, so all these notices that is over here. I will clear them so that I'm going to have something like this, which is okay for me. Now first of all, I want to go to settings over here and go to general, and then I want to make sure that all my settings are completely done the way I want it. So you can add your site icon over here if you want. Make sure that your URL is is correct, your email, everything is correct. And then also if you want people to register on your website, of course you can click over here for people to be able to register. You choose the new user role for them and other stuff, but I'm just going to leave it as it is, and then click on save changes over here. So if I go to the next one, which is reading, okay, I'm going to skip writing and go to reading. Now with the reading, I want to set the how do you call it, the reading settings. Now this is where you set up your home page and then your post page, okay, but we haven't created any home page and any post page, so we're just going to leave it at like this, but we'll come back here later on and then we set it up. Now we're going to go to permalinks, which is also one of the most important settings that you have to do. Now you see how your permalinks are set up. That is your URL structure, okay. So as you can see over here, this is how it is set up. So it means that people are going to see this kind of structure on our URL over here when we go to all pages or any other page, okay. So what we're going to do is we want to set it to this simple one, which is the post name structure. So we're going to click over here and make sure that it's just a website domain name slash our any page that they go to, okay. Forget about the date and all those kind of stuff. We don't need all those things. So we're going to set it up over here, and then we're going to click on save changes also over here. All right, so now that we have this one done, now what we will do is we will go ahead and then go to all pages over here, and then try and then clear these two pages that we have over here. So I'll click on or check this one to check all of them, and then I'll click on bulk actions, go to move to trash, click on move to trash, and then I'll click on apply to be able to apply the settings that are to move all this these two things to the trash. So I'm going to click on apply over here, and then it has been moved to trash. So what we're going to do is we're going to go inside the trash, and then we want to delete all of them. So I'm going to just click on delete permanently over here, and then just apply, or you can just click on empty trash over there. So now we don't have any any page on our website, so we're gonna create some pages. So I'm gonna just create the home page, okay. The home page is what I'm going to create. So I'm just going to click on add new over here, and then just name the page home, okay. We're not going to choose any pattern, so we have to close this one. All right, so we're going to just go ahead and then give a name for our website over here. So just give a name for your home page. Sorry, give a name for your home page, and then just click on publish to publish it. I don't know why it is behaving that way, but I'm going to go back to all pages again. I'm going to leave and then click on add new page, and then I'll add a page. So you see, I don't know why it is giving me this prompt. WordPress has done a lot of updates and other stuff, so all this new prompt, I don't really like it. So I'm just going to just give a name over here, which is home, and then I think that is it. You can set a featured image for it if you want to, but I'm going to leave it like that and click on publish over here. All right, so now that we have this one done, all what we need to do is just go to the settings back again, and then under settings click on reading over here, and then I'm going to just set this one to a static page, and I'm going to choose the home for it, and then I'll click on save changes. All right, so now that changes has been saved, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to plugins over here, click on installed plugins, and I'm going to see what the plugins that I have. So all these ones I don't really need them, so I'm going to just delete them. So I'm going to go ahead and delete them. Okay, so now is the time for us to install our plugin that we're going to use for this particular website. So the magic plugin that will help us to be able to create trips group trips, individual trips, and all those kind of trips that we want. Okay, so we will have to create add that particular plugin. So we're going to go over here and then click on add new plugin over here. All right, so the plugin that we're going to add is a free plugin. Okay, even though it have the pro version over there, but we're going to use the free plugin first of all, and then later on I will install the pro version for you to see what really comes with the pro version, so that you can go for the pro version, because the pro version is one of the best. So far one of the best travel plugin that I've ever seen over here. Okay, so what plugin are we talking about? We're going to talk about WP Travel Engine. So we're going to use this particular plugin over here, which is WP Travel Engine. So as you can see over here, plugin have over 10,000 active installations, and then it is having 5-star review. Means that people really love this particular plugin. Okay, and that is the plugin that we're going to use for this particular video, as you see over here. So now we're going to click on install now over here. So remember, there are two different WP Travel in it. One is WP Travel Ultimate Travel Booking System, and then the other one is WP Travel Engine. Okay, so this is what we are going to use, WP Travel Engine. Don't make a mistake. Okay, WP Travel Engine, this particular one over here. So just type in WP Travel Engine. Okay, WP Travel Engine, and that is what we are going to use for our website, this particular one. Okay, this one over here. So we're going to click on it to activate it. All right, so after you install and activate the plugin, you're going to get this setup wizard over here, which will guide you through how to set up the plugin and then how to use the plugin. So welcome to WP Travel Engine. Let's get started. So we're going to get started, and then it says you should choose your currency. So you choose your currency. There are a lot of currencies over here that you can choose. I'm going to stick with the US dollars, and then you also choose your this is a tree-based currency. This is currency symbol or the code. So you choose the currency symbol or the code that you want to use. I'm going to stick to this particular one, and then also the separator. Okay, so 1000 separator. How do you want to separate it? So I want to use this particular one, which is like a comma. Okay, to do it. So I'm going to just click on continue over here. All right, so now that I am over here, this is the email settings. Okay, so where your emails will go to, and then how to set up your email and all those kind of stuff. So the from email, enter the email address from which the purchase receipt will be sent. This will act as the from and reply to addresses. So of course I want to use this particular one, and then I'll paste it over here. Okay, basically that is it. I'm going to click on continue. All right, so here WP Engine will give you all the necessary pages that you need for this particular trip website or this particular travel website. So you're gonna need checkout page, you're gonna need terms and conditions page, you're gonna need thank you page, you're gonna need travelers information, you're gonna need my account, you will need wish list, you need trip search results. So all these pages will be created for you, and some of those pages also have short code that you can be able to use. If you want to create your own kind of page, you can be able to use those short code also. So I'm going to click on continue. All right, so here you can set up your payment system. Okay, so there are a lot of recommended gateways that you can use over here. So they have pay here, they have this one, PayPal, they have also authorize.net, they have Stripe. Okay, so you can go ahead and then set some of these things up. So I'm going to use this one first of all, just the book now. Okay, later on if I want to use PayPal, I can activate PayPal and then enter my PayPal email address also over here, and then yeah, I think that is all. So I can just click on continue over here, and now it says your site is ready. So now we are ready. You can click here to check, or I'm going to go straight to the dashboard. All right, so over here it says we should never miss any update. Now, of course, you can allow okay, or you can skip. I'm going to allow, and then if they want to send me any updates, important updates, they will send it to me. All right, so now we are done and we are good to go. So it says, well, thanks, you should receive an email, confirmation email, blah 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 blah. I'm not going to go over there, so let me check and see if I have any email over here. Refresh this particular place. All right, so as you can see, I have this email over here, okay, and I also have this new installation of WordPress that we did. So this is from WP Engine. As you can see, you can confirm your email address over here, okay. So just click on it to confirm if you want to confirm. Now let's go ahead, and then now that we have our plugin installed, you see we have all the plugin that we need. So as you can see, we have the WP travel engine, we have home, we have bookings, we have inquiries, we have customers, we have coupons, we have plugin licenses, we have settings, extension, theme, and then we also have the trip. So if you want to add a new trip, you can add new trip over here. Pricing, category, destinations, activities, trip type, difficulty, tag, and then custom fields. Now I'm going to take you through all these ones so that you understand how everything works. So your bookings is where all your bookings will be. Okay, so when somebody book a trip, this is where you see all those bookings. And then inquiries, also when somebody send you an inquiry, remember that there is an inquiry form over here. If you look at this, let's look at the Ghana trip over here. You see that there is an inquiry form inside the trip. Okay, let's scroll down, and then you're gonna see this particular inquiry. When somebody sends you an inquiry, this is where you're gonna see it. Okay, and that is it. Now over here also we have customers. You're gonna see all your customers also over here. Okay, and then coupons. Now of course you can add new coupon, you can create coupons. Now when you create coupons, these are this is the place that is going to show. Okay, so that is it. Now also plugin license. If you have the pro version of this plugin, you can add it over here. So you can extend the plugin, and then you can get the license key, and then you can be able to get it over here. And then we also have settings. Okay, so now this is the plugin settings. Now this one gives you an overview of everything that you're gonna have inside this particular plugin. So as you can see over here, the general settings, email settings, display settings, miscellaneous, payment, dashboard, extensions, and then performance. Now general settings, under it we have payment, page settings, we have trip tabs settings, and then we have trip info also over here. So you make sure that the checkout page links to the checkout page, so make sure that you select the right page for it. Okay, now automatically WP Engine set all these things for you. Okay, so they set all these things for you, so you don't need to worry at all. But by any chance that you create your own page, you want to set it you set it up, you can of course come over here and then change it anyhow you want it. Now trip tab settings. So these are the trip tab settings. Okay, so we have the overview, the itinerary, the cost, which is the includes and excludes, the dates, and then we also have FAQs, and then we also have map. Okay, so all these ones, if you want to custom change it, you can change it over here. If you want to add an icon also for it, you can be able to click over here to add an icon for it. If you want to disable some, you can go ahead and then you disable anyone that you want to disable. And then we also have the trip info. Okay, so the trip info. Now with the trip info, these are all information that you can add for your trip. Okay, so if you want to add any information, you can be able to go ahead and then add the trip information over here. So let's say you want to add a group size. Okay, so I can activate group size over here if I want to. Okay, I don't want it. If you want to activate minimum age and all those things, Wi-Fi and all those kind of stuff, you can go ahead and then do all those things. These are all trip information. Okay, you can easily go ahead and activate some of them, and even add your own trip info to it, and also add trip highlights also to it. Okay, so these are the info and then highlight combined together. Okay, and this is where you're going to find it. This is where you will find it. All right, so let's go to emails. So this is where you set up all your emails. Okay, so your emails and other stuff, this is where you set it up. Now one thing I've realized is if you want to if you come over here for the first time, you realize that this one is in HTML, and it's just code. Okay, but if you click inside it right now, it changes, right? Yeah, and that is how it is. So you can click inside and then change anything that you want to change over here. Okay, so everything about your emails, admin email template, customer email template, inquiry emails, and then test emails, you can all do all the changes over here. Okay, and that is it. Now when you go to display also deals with how your front end is being displayed. So the new display new trip layout, so the layout and all those things. This is what the trip card listing. So in the listing page, the trip card, this is how it displays. Now some of the things you see it in the pro version. Okay, that is why these ones are over here. And then we also have single trip. So with a single trip settings, you can see some of the layout also over here. You can do all the changes that you want to do. Every change that you really want to do, you can go ahead and then do it over here. Okay, so basically that is it. So trip duration, you can set it to days and nights. Okay, and then we can save it. So anything that you do, make sure that you save it, and that is basically it. So inquiry info over here, the page layout and all those things, you can set it up over here. Trip archive, also you can hide archive title, the sort trips by latest trip view mode is the list or grid, and choose between the one that you can activate, the one that you want. If you want it to be grid, you just fit it over here. All right guys, so now we are going to, so if you think everything is all right, over here, you just click on save. Okay, so you save it and then you are good to go. Now we have to go to the next one, which is the labels over here. Now if you want to modify any labels, like for instance, if the plugin settings have a label which is travelers. Okay, and then you want to change it, you want to modify it to maybe travelers with 1L, you can do so using this over here. So you can click over here to add the label. So this is the initial label and this is the modified label. Okay, so if you don't understand anything, do not go over doing things that you don't really understand. Okay, you just need to leave it as it is. Now the next one that we're going to talk about is miscellaneous. Now with miscellaneous, this also talks about the currency, the display settings, and then some other miscellaneous settings over here. So if you want more extensions, you can get it by getting the currency converter extension over here. But then these are the few settings that we have over here. We have the currency, payment currency over here. If you want to change the payment currency, you can click over here to set your own payment currency. If you want to display the currency symbol or code, you can also click over here to display it the way you want it. Okay, and then the amount display format. So this is how the amount is being displayed on the website. So the format that is being displayed, you're gonna see it over here. So we have the currency symbol followed by the formatted amount also over here. So you can be able to use these tags over here to be able to change anything that you want to change. And then the decimals, and then also the decimal separator, and then we have the thousand separator also. So if you think everything is fine, you just go ahead and then save it. Now let's go to the next one, which is the display settings also over here. So you can hide emergency contact details, you can hide trip featured image, you can also show or hide featured image in gallery, you can hide travelers information, you can show or hide taxonomy image, you can also display multiple a price list. Okay, all depends on you how you want it. So the plugin have so many features that you can be able to go through and then see what you want to hide and what you want to display. And then if everything is okay for you, you can just click on save over here to save it. Now let's go to the next one, which is the miscellaneous settings over here. Now the book now button text, you can change it to anything that you want to change to. And then also the email subject for inquiry. Okay, so you can just write the subject over here. And then per person format. Okay, so maybe you want to change it to anything, you can change it over here. Okay, you just need to write the slash over here and then write whatever thing that you want to change it to. So if it is per room or per whatever it is, you can just change it over here. And then we also have booking confirmation message. So this is where you can modify your booking confirmation message also over here. So you can add on or delete everything, and then you can go ahead and then write whatever it is that you want to write. And then also GDPR message also can be stated over here or typed over here. So if everything is okay for you, just click on save and then you are good to go. Now let's go to payment. Okay, so let's click on the payment tab to see what the payment settings also have for us. So under the payment, we have the general payment settings, we have standard PayPal. That is, it depends on what you have activated. Okay, so we have the PayPal, we have the direct bank transfer, check payment, and then tax settings. So you can activate the debug mode. Default gateway is what pay book now, pay later. So you can change it to anything that you want to change it to. Okay, and then this is what we have activated so far. We remember that when we were doing the setup with wizard, we did what we call the book now and then PayPal standard. Okay, so these two things are activated for us. Of course, you can activate the bank transfer and then also check payment. Now if you want more payment, you can get the pro version of this particular plugin, and then you can be able to get more. You can see all supported payment gateways over here. Okay, when you click this one, it will show you all supported payment gateways also over here. So the ones that is over here, these are the settings. Okay, so your PayPal ID, the bank transfer details and other stuff, you can be able to write them over here. And then check payment also details, you can be able to write them over here. And then we have the tax settings. Okay, so the tax settings also can also be enabled. And then when you enable it, there are a lot of tax settings that you have to fill over here. Okay, so I'm not going to enable anything, so I'm just excluding tax from it. So I won't save it. Okay, so that is it. Now let's go to dashboard. Okay, so I'm going to disable this one. Okay, and then I'm going to save this one. All right, so let's go to dashboard. Okay, so this is the dashboard settings. So user dashboard settings automatically generate user account. If you want to automatically generate user account, you can enable this one. Now it automatically creates user account, and then means that username and password will be created for them. And then also you can also go ahead and then if you disable it, it means that the user will set up their username and then password. Okay, and then require registration for booking. So when customers want to book, you want them to register on your website before they book. You can enable this one to activate that. And then also disable customer registration. So you can go ahead to disable any customer registration, meaning that nobody will be able to register on your website. And then we also have generate username from customer email. So so if you want to generate username from customer emails, you can be able to do so by activating this one, meaning that when customer enter their email, usernames will be generated based on the emails that they've entered. And then also generate secure passwords. So if you want to let people have strong passwords on your website, you can be able to activate this one. It means that no random password will be used. It have to be secured. Okay, and then you can be able to generate random password which is secured upon sign up. So that is it. So after everything is done, you can go ahead and then save changes. Now of course we also have social logins over here. Please it says what, please go through this. So there is a documentation for social login, so you have to make sure that you read the documentation first before you go ahead to enable all social login. So enable it. So if you want to enable maybe Google, you go ahead, you enter your client ID, your client secret, Google client secret, you enter it over there, and then you can be able to save it. Okay, so that is it. So I'm going to disable it over here. I'm going to disable this one also, and then we are good to go. So the last one, the last but one thing that we're going to talk about is extensions over here. So there are a lot of extensions that you can be able to use on this particular website. So under extension, we have trip search. Okay, so you can hide destination, you can hide activities, you can hide trip types, you can hide trip tags, you can hide difficulties. So I don't know what difficulty means in trip, but then maybe some activities are difficult activities, so you can set it as what difficult and other things. So I want to hide this one. I don't want to have it. And then you can also hide duration, you can hide budget, you can even hide search page or filter. This are all in the trip search page. Okay, so you can be able to do so. So after setting it up, I want to click on save to save the changes. Now let's go to the last one, which is performance. Okay, so with performance, you can activate the optimized loading and lazy loading. Okay, all of them you can be able to do that, but when you are done with it, you can just click on save over here to save it. So now we have gone through all the settings of the WP travel engine plugin that we are going to use for our trips, and then we are good to go. So now I want you guys to want us to go through the trips over here. So if you want to add trips, okay, if you want to add trips, now you're going to use this one. This is what you're going to use frequently for this particular website. Okay, this is what you will be using frequently for this particular website. But before we even go ahead and then even talk about all these things, now let me just talk about it first before we install the theme that we're going to use for this particular website. So first of all, this gives you the overview of all trips that you have done on the, or you've created on the website. So this is where you're going to see all trips over here. Okay, so you're going to see all the trips that you've created over here. And then if you want to create a new trip, you can click on this one which says add new trip. Okay, or you can click on this one which says add new. Okay, so add new over here or add new over here can be used to create new trip. And then we also have pricing category. So you need to set up your pricing category. Okay, so automatically there are two pricing categories set up on this particular plugin for you. It should be set up. I don't know why it's not set up, but then you can be able to set it up. We have the adult and then the child. Okay, but you can set up your own pricing category over here. Okay, so maybe you want single occupancy or double occupancy or other kind of pricing category. You can be able to set it up over here. And then we also have destinations. This is where all your destinations go to. Okay, so when we the reason why I was saying automatically it should be set up but it's not set up is when we install the new theme. Okay, we install the new theme, you realize that the theme will have these things over here for us. But let's go ahead and then see other things. So we have destinations. Destinations are where the places that you want your trips to go to. Okay, so as you create trips, you create destinations, you create activities, you create trip types, you create the difficulties, the tags, and all those things. So activities are the activities that you're going to do during the trip. So maybe there are hiking, there are running, there are maybe cycling, there are ATV rides, and all those kind of stuff. You're going to put it all over here. Okay, those are activities that you're going to do over there. So touring, walking, they're all activities that you'll be doing. Okay, and then we also have trip type. So what kind of trip type are you organized? Is it a group trip? Is it adult only trip? Is it family friendly trip? So any type of trip type. Is it an event trip? any type of trip type, you can set it up over here. Okay, and then the difficulty, so whether it is less difficult or whatever it is, so we have automatically set up over here. We have easy, we have extreme, and then we have what, hard, and then medium. Okay, all of them are difficult. Okay, so difficulty, the plugin automatically brings it up for you. And then over here are the tags. Okay, so for tags, you can set related tags. So we have group tour, we have guided tour, we have private tour. Okay, so you can also have another tag which is maybe self-guided tour over here. Okay, so that is it. And then what again do we have? Let's now first of all go to travel engine over here, hover on it, and then let's go to, let me see, we have themes over here. Okay, so we're going to click on themes over here. And then the one thing about this plugin is it gives you the themes that is compatible with this particular plugin. Okay, so the themes that you can be able to use for this particular plugin. Okay, so you can be able to go ahead and then get it. Okay, so some are pro, some are free themes. You can get the theme just by clicking on any one of them to get it. So as you can see, this is pro, okay, but this is free. Right now, the one that I use for this particular website, I think is this kind of a theme. Okay, so let me see. Yeah, I think it's this one, travel booking. Okay, travel booking, that is what I use for this theme. Now of course you can go ahead and then set up check all the themes up. Okay, so it all depends on you and how you want, what kind of theme that you want to use on your website. But I'm going to just go ahead and use this travel booking theme. So I'm going to click on get this theme, and then it's going to take me to a new place where I can be able to download the theme and then use it on the website. So as you can see, this is the theme that I installed over here. Now you can view the live demo, and then you can go ahead and also get it. Okay, so if you want the pro also, you can go ahead and get a pro. Okay, so if you view the live demo, let's go ahead and view the live demo and see how it looks like. And then if we really want it, then we can go ahead. So this is how it looks like over here. Okay, so this is exactly how it looks like. Okay, so this is the theme that I installed, and I'm just going to install this theme on my website. So for now, the website that we are creating, let's take a look at the front end and see how it looks like. So as you can see, this is how the front end looks like. There's nothing much going on here. As you can see, there's nothing going on here. Okay, so this is the website, and this is what we want. So the reason why we are seeing this one is we made the home page as the home. Okay, and we deleted all the other pages over there, and that is why we are seeing this one. Now first of all, we have to create our menu, and then set up our menu and all those kind of stuff, and then we are good to go. But we will get a theme first, so we're gonna get this theme first. So I'm gonna click over here to get it now, and then it will tell me to fill in some few details. So I'm gonna just fill in some details over here, and let me just put in my name and then download now. All right, so as you can see, I have the theme over here, so I can go ahead and click on this particular one over here, which says what, travel booking theme. Okay, so this one is what I'm going to click on. Now if you want to watch a step-by-step tutorial on how to be able to have this theme on your website, you can be able to use this channel over here, but I'll click over here to download the theme. I'll click on this one to download the theme. So as you can see, it is downloading for me over here. Okay, so I'm waiting for the download to finish, and then we are good to go. Now if you want to reach out to the support team, you can go ahead and reach out to the support team. All right guys, so as you can see, this is the theme that we have downloaded, and we can go ahead and install it on our website. So we're going to go ahead and install our theme. So we will go back over here to our website. I'm going to go to the backend. So let me go to the backend over here. And to install themes, we need to go ahead and then locate where appearance is. So we look for appearance over here and then click on themes over here. Okay, so now that we are over here, we're going to click on add new theme. So click on add new theme, and we can go ahead and click on upload theme over here. And then we're going to click on choose file. All right, so I'm going to locate where the file is. So I'll go over here, and then I'm going to go to this particular place, and I'm going to choose this particular theme over here and click on upload. All right, so we also click on install now to install the theme that we've downloaded. So we're going to wait for some few seconds, and we'll be right back. All right, so the theme has been uploaded successfully. As you can see, we can go ahead and click on activate to activate the theme. All right, so our theme has been activated, and then if we check the website right now, let's go ahead and check the website and see how the theme really looks like on the front end. Okay, so as you can see, our theme has been successfully activated, and this is how it looks on the front end over here. Okay, so that is it. Now everything looks fine, everything looks perfectly well, so we can go ahead and then create our own kind of kind of like trips and other stuff to fill the theme that we have over here. Okay, so that's exactly what we're going to do. So you can have your menus over here. You can also change this one to what you want, and then I will show you how you can be able to make this theme a better theme. Okay, so let's try and go ahead and then fill this place with trips and destinations, and also some activities for our website. So to be able to create trips, well, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then go to the back end. Okay, so I'm going to go to the back end over here. Now of course this is the notice that will come with this theme. Now you can go ahead and begin to install. Okay, so you need to have the travel booking kit toolkit over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and then just click on begin to install these two plugins that we have over here, and then we're gonna have this one. So I'm gonna click on install, click on this one and click on bulk actions and click on install and click on apply over here. Okay, so these are two key plugins that are very important for us to use. So it has been installed and activated successfully. Now we can go ahead and then start creating our trips and other stuff. So let me go ahead and see how it looks like. All right, so I can go ahead and go to the dashboard. All right, so this is our toolkit over here. Now of course you can also have the starter kits if you want. So if you click over here, you can be able to even have demo websites and other stuff. Okay, so you can check the free versus the pro plugins and other stuff, and then also some useful plugins that you will need for your website. So if you haven't, you need to make sure that you install them. So this companion, travel booking companion, you can also install it. And then if you have the Rora theme, which I'll introduce to you later on, is also one of the best travel booking kind of website themes around. It's also compatible with the WP Travel Engine. You can also install it over here. So basically this is it. Now let's go to how to create trips and other stuff. Okay, so if you want to get a demo for your website, of course you can go ahead and click on the starter over here, and then you can just use the one click demo importer. You check all the starter templates over here, and you can be able to go ahead and then get your demo website and other stuff. Okay, so we're not going to do that. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and then start installing or start creating trips for our website. So I'm going to go over to trips over here. And first of all, before we create trips, we have to create destinations, we have to create activities, we have to create trip types, and for the difficult types, we're going to difficulty, we're going to leave it over there. So let's go to our previous website and see what we really have over here. All right, so we have some destinations. Let's go to the destinations over here. Okay, so we have Bali, Dubai, Ghana, Greece, and Maldives. So we're going to create them quickly. So I'm going to come over here and go to destinations over here, and then I'm going to create them according to cities. Okay, so I'm going to say maybe the first one is Bali, and then we'll scroll down and add an image to it. Now, of course, we don't have any image over here, so we can go ahead and then choose an image. I have some images over here, and then I can select all of them and drag them into the website. So I'm going to hold on for it to all of them to upload, and then we go on to start creating our destinations. All right, guys, so now that we have uploaded our images, now we can go ahead and select the Bali image that we want. So this is the Bali image over here. So as you can see, I'm going to select this one, and I'm going to click on choose over here, and I'll use this image for my Bali destination that I'm creating. I'm going to click on add new destination. Of course, you can add descriptions and then short descriptions to it. That is it. So I'm going to go ahead and add more destinations. I'm going to add Accra to it, which is for Ghana. So I'm going to go ahead and then add Accra. Come over here and choose Accra destination also. So let me just glance through and then see if I'm going to see any image of Accra over here. Let me see. Where is it? Oh, I saw some Accra image. Yeah, this particular one over here, that is for the freedom and justice. I'm gonna click on this one, and then also click on add destination over here, and I'm gonna go ahead and create another one. So I'll create all my destinations just like how I'm doing it, and then I'll come back to you later on. All right, guys, so we've added some few destinations over here. So as you can see, we've added about 6 destinations. We've added Dubai, Maldives, Thailand, Greece, Accra, and Bali. Okay, so these are some of the destinations that we've added over here. So now we can go ahead and then add our trip activities. Okay, so we're gonna go to activities over here and then add some few activities also. Now the activities, we can add them just the way we added the destination. So just come straight to activities, click on it, and then you can go ahead and then start adding activities over here. So we go ahead and then we're going to add our activities. So what kind of activities can we have on trips? So we can have maybe tour. Okay, so not really touring, but let me say maybe swimming. Okay, so we can have swimming as an activity. So swimming, I have to select a swimming image over here and see if I will have any swimming image. Now before we even add this one, I'm going to go ahead over here and see if I have some activities over here, so that we look on it to add our activities that we're going to use for the website. So okay, so as you can see, we have some few activities. We have hiking, we have snorkeling, we have swimming, we have tour, we have walking. Okay, so let's go ahead and see how it looks like. So first of all, swimming. Do we have any swimming kind of here? This one over here, swimming. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to click on add new activity. I can go ahead and add a different one. So let's say walking. Okay, so walking. We can also click over here to see anybody walking or something, and then we can use it. I'm not seeing any walking image over here, but of course I can choose any image just to represent what walking. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and then choose an image that represent walking, just for walking sake. Okay, so let me just choose any image. So let me just choose this image over here, okay, for walking, and then I'm gonna click on add new activity. Then I'll add another one, which is what, hiking, and then also the same way we did for it,
we're gonna just use this image over here. Okay, choose an image, and then we're gonna click on it, and then we're gonna add, I've seen some bike in it, so we're gonna add a different one which says maybe biking or cycling or whatever it is. And then we're gonna choose an image for it. Yeah, this particular one over here. Okay, so we're going to add this activity. Now we can also go ahead and add maybe snorkeling. Okay, so let me just add snorkeling, this particular one over here. I'm going to click on add image, and then I'm just going to use this image over here. Okay, and then I'll click on this one to add it. And then last one, I'm going to add camping. Okay, so I'm going to add camping. So there are a lot of activities that you can choose from, or you can add from based on the trip that you are adding. You as you go ahead, also you can still add some few activities over there. We can add activities whilst we are adding trips at the same time. Okay, but sometimes if you have a broad knowledge of some of the activities that you think you might be coming in contact with, then it's better you add them over here, and then as you go ahead then you choose them. Okay, so these are some few activities that I have added over here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to trip type. Okay, trip type. So trip types is also very, very important when you are creating trips. Okay, so what is the trip type? It could be a group trip, it could be just an event, it could be couple trip, it could be family trip, it could be any kind of trip types. Okay, so just make sure that you choose you set up your kind of trip types that you want, and then you're good to go. So let's click on trip types over here, and then we add them the same way we added our pricing category, our destination activities and so on. So we're gonna go ahead and then just add some few trip types. So I'm gonna go ahead and say maybe group trip, and then you can add an image for group trip. If you have any image for group trip, you can go ahead and add an image for group trip. Okay, so let me just see if I have any image for group trip. So I'm just going to use any image. Okay, any image over here. So yeah, let me just use this image for it, and then I'll go ahead and then click on add new trip over here, new trip type over here, and then I'll go ahead and add, let's say, family. So the trip type is what, a family trip. So I'm going to go ahead and add any image of any image. So let me see, so I'm going to just add this particular one over here. I'm going to click on it. Just go ahead and add new trip over here. I'll go ahead and then also add some couple of trips that I think it's going to be of use for you. So I'll go ahead and add couple. Okay, so I have couple over there. So maybe the trip is for couples. Okay, so you can select it. Let's click on add new trips, and then I'll also go ahead and add another trip type, maybe for women only trip. I'll click on add image and add image of maybe women only over there. So I'm just going to use this image over here, and then I'll click on add new trip. Of course, we can go ahead and add more trips, add more more of them. Okay, so like maybe events. Okay, so if your trip is an event trip, it's very important that you create an event type of trip for your trip. So I'm going to use this one. Click over here and click on add new over here. All right, so I have a couple of trips over here, which I think is okay. Now the last one that we're going to do is pricing category. So we're going to go ahead and then create our pricing category. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to create 4 different pricing categories. Okay, so I'm going to create one which is double occupancy, single occupancy, adult, and then a child. Okay, so I'm just going to create that one first. Double occupancy, double occupancy. Okay, so you can decide to choose whether there is a parent category or not, but as you can see, we are now creating it, and then you can also set it as what a parent pricing category. So if I click over here to set this one as a parent pricing category, it's gonna be as it is, and then we can set the age limit or the age group for it. So I'm gonna say 18 to maybe 60. Okay, so that is it, and then I'll click on add new category. All right, so we've added this one, and then we're gonna go ahead and add another one, which is what, single occupancy. And for that one, we can also add an age group to it. Okay, so single occupancy, we can also add an age group to it if you want. Let's say 18 to maybe also 60, the same way. And then I click on add new category. Okay, so I made this one also a parent pricing category, meaning that they are all parent, okay, which is not what I intended to do, but I'm gonna untick this one so that it doesn't happen again. I also go ahead and then create another one, which I'll call it adult, and then I'll come over here and set the age group to 18 to 60. Okay, 18 to 60, and I'll create it, and then I'll create another one, which I'll call child. Okay, so also say maybe from I'm gonna start from 5 years, okay, to, or maybe from 6 years to 17. Okay, which is for child. And I'm gonna click on add new over here. All right, so now we have this one. I'm going to remove the parent over here, or the parent category or primary category over here. So I'll click on this one, and let me see, we've checked this one over here. I'm going to uncheck it. I'm going to click on update over here. Okay, so now we have our pricing category over here, which we have this one as a, oh, so this one rather became the parent. No, this one should rather be the primary pricing. Okay, so I'm going to update this one, go back to the pricing category. Yeah, so this one rather is what is the is it. So this one has been deactivated, and we have this one as what, as our we set it as our primary pricing. So we have four different primary pricing. We have four different pricing categories over here. We have the adult, the child, double occupancy, and single occupancy. Okay, so now we are ready to go create our trip. So to create a trip, okay, you can go ahead and click on trips over here, and then you click on add new trip, or you can just straight away click on add new trips over here, add new over here, or add new over here. Each other way will really work. So I'm going to click on add new over here. All right, so I saw something that they said the travel booking support, so I'm going to see how it is. It says what, travel booking supports following plugins. When we put our group discount, travel trip reviews, travel engine fix, whatever it is. In order to achieve full functionality of the theme in demo site, please install and activate the recommended plugins. So let's see how this one also works, if it is a pro or the the free version. So if it is the free version, now of course we will add it. So before we do that, I'm going to click on it to see if it is the pro or the free version. Okay, if it is, of course, if it is not something you can buy, Okay, so this add-on requires a travel license, so it means that it is what it is a pro version. Okay, so we're not going to do that. We're going to stick to our free version. Later on I'll show you how the pro version works. Okay, so don't worry about it. Now, if you want to create a real price, a real, serious travel website, then you need the pro version to make sure your website becomes proper. But let's go ahead and then start with the free version first. So we're going to click on add new trip over here, and then we're going to create our trip like I told you about. So first of all, we're going to add this new trip over here. So let's go ahead and start with the Bali. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and create a Bali trip. So this is Bali. Of course, you can add some short description over here or full description, and then when you come to overview, also see, if you come down over here, these are the travel engine trip settings. Okay, so we have the general settings, the date and price, the overview, the itinerary, the includes and excludes trip info, the gallery, the map, the FAQs, and then also have what file downloads, extras, and then short codes. Okay, so these are all the general the trip settings over here. So we're gonna go on it one by one. So first of all, we can add some few, we can add, how do you call it, a description over here. So I'm going to just bring a dummy kind of content over there. So I'm going to go to Lorem Extreme, Lorem Ipsum generator. Okay, so that is what we're going to use for our descriptions and all those kind of stuff on our trips. Okay, so since we are not creating any real trips, it's just a demo website that we are creating for you guys to understand. Okay, so I'm just going to click over here to generate. Let me click over here to generate some text for you guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and then just copy some few things over here. All right, so I'm going to copy this one. Okay, I'll copy this one, come over here, and then I'm going to add a trip over here. The trip, kind of like description. Okay, so I'm going to add the description over here. And of course you can, oh, what is happening? All right, so I have been able to paste it over here. Okay, so that is it. So these are the trip description over here, and of course I can just make it a little bit shorter. Okay, so just make it a little bit shorter over here, and then when it comes over here, this is a general one. Okay, so you can add your own trip code if you have if you know how to add trip codes, like your own kind of trip codes. Okay, so you can add them over here, and then so let's say this website says what, let's travel. So maybe I can just use LT. Okay, so LT. Okay, and then I'll just add some few things to it, like Bali to it. Okay, and then let's say I'll say what, maybe BALI, and then I'll add some few codes to it. Okay, and then maybe I'll say maybe 001. Okay, that will be the trip code, because this is the first trip I am creating for Bali, so something like that. And then you can set your duration over here. So number of days, maybe 5 days. Number of nights will be maybe 4 nights. Okay, so that is it. And then if you have a cutoff time, and then you can set a minimum age and maximum number of people that will attend. Okay, you can set all of them over here. So if you have a minimum age over here, you can put it over here. So minimum and maximum age, you can put it over here. If not, you can just just keep it as it is over there. Okay, now one thing I've noticed about this particular website is that anything you do, make sure you save or you publish it, otherwise it doesn't really work. Okay, so first of all, what I've done over here, I'm just going to publish this particular one over here. Okay, and then you see, as you can see, it says what updated successfully. And then I'm going to go to trip over here, and I'm just going to choose my destination for it. So my destination is Bali. I'm going to go to activities over here and choose the kind of activities that we'll have in Bali. So we're going to have swimming, we're going to have this one, we also have maybe hiking, we also have walking. Okay, so these are all the activities that we're going to do. And then the trip type, what kind of trip type is that? It's a group trip. Okay, so I'll say maybe a group trip. And then also, if the difficulty and all that, if you want to add it to it, you can add it to it. But I'm going to ignore that particular aspect of it. So basically that is it. So I'm going to save this one. I'm going to save this one also. All right, so it has been saved successfully. Now I'm going to go to date and price. Okay, so now this is where we set our pricing packages and other stuff. Now to set up your pricing package, just click on add new package over here, and as you can see, after you clicked on it, you see that all your pricing categories comes under it. So what kind of package is this? I'm going to say maybe maybe just you can have different package, okay, that you want. So you can name it package 1, package 2, or you can name it any kind of thing that you want to name it. Okay, so this time around I'm going to just say maybe all inclusive package. Now the all inclusive could be anything. It could mean that you know you have everything that you need for that particular trip. Okay, so or I can say maybe full package. Okay, full package. So full package, then I'll say maybe includes flight. Okay, so full package includes flight, and then I'll set up my pricing over here. Now remember that this is our primary price, so this is where we set first. Okay, now let's say I'll say maybe $8,000. Okay, and then it could be per person, per group, or anything that you want to set it up. So if you have a minimum and maximum number of people, or number of people who will take this trip, you can add it over there. So by then we are done. Then the single occupancy, so this is 8,000, which is very too much, so I'm just going to say maybe this one is 5,000. Okay, and then for single occupancy I'm going to say it is 8,000 for single occupancy. All right, per person. And then if there is an adult, for an adult, which will be the same price for the single occupancy. Okay, so that is it. Now there is no child, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. And then when I'm done with it, I can go ahead and click on save. Okay, so my trip is updated successfully. Now so I'm gonna just remove this one because I don't want to have this kind of thing. Then I'll say maybe I'll use a comma over here. Okay, so or a bracket or something over here. So this is what I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna save this one. Now we can go ahead and add a different package. Okay, so we can go ahead and add a different package for it. So we can just go ahead and add another package over here, add new package, and then this time around we will not say it is full package, but maybe it is just an ordinary package. Okay, so we're gonna say maybe standard package. Okay, standard package, and then we can say no flight, right? No flight. Okay, so no flight, just standard package. And then we can go ahead and add our pricing. So this time around, this one will be maybe 3,500. Okay, 3,500 per person. Single occupancy can be maybe just 5,500. Okay, and then the adult maybe just also 5,500. Okay, so now we are good to go. So I can click on save over here to save what I have really done. Now when I'm down over here, all what I need to do is to go to the next one, which is overview over here. And for the overview, this is the session title, so you can just write it over there, overview, and then the description. So you can also give a description to it. So I'm going to give this description to it, and then you can also go ahead and then just put some highlights over there. Okay, so you can add trip highlights. Okay, so these are what trip highlight, and then you can go ahead and add your highlight over here. Okay, so I have some few highlights that I love to add. So these are all the trip highlights that I love to add. So I'm just going to add some few one of them. Now of course it is trip highlight. Okay, so do not take it. I'm just going to click over here and delete the rest. All right, the next one will come. So this is quite okay. So I'll be fine over here. So after adding the trip highlight and the overview, I'm just going to click on save over here to save it. So now we go to itinerary over here. So itinerary is also very important. So as you can see, so we can just name it over here like itinerary. Okay, and then we can add our itinerary over here. Now every trip have its own itinerary, so I'm going to just click on add itinerary, and then you know what you're going to do on each day. Okay, so day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5. Okay, so it all depends on what you're going to do. So day 1, what am I going to do? So day 1 is what, let's say arrival. Okay, so arrival over here, and you can add everything over here. You can add images, you can add anything that you want to add. Okay, so day 1 is what is arrival, so you can put whatever thing that you want to put over here. Day 2, maybe in day 2 you are going to do some few tours. Okay, so you can write your tour over here, and then you can just put whatever it is that you want to put over here. And then maybe day 3 you're going to go for maybe a visit or something. Okay, so you can just put it over here and then put whatever thing that you want to put over there. And then maybe day 4 it will be maybe something, maybe beach party or whatever it is. So let's say you have a beach party, you can put your beach party over there, and then you put whatever it is that you want to put over there. You can add images and other stuff. Okay, all depends on you. So when I hit over here, I can go ahead and click over here and add an image blog to it. Okay, and then I can select image from my media library. Okay, so as you can see, so I can choose this over here, and then it will be added to it the same way for all the other things. So this one is going to be day 5, which is maybe departure. Okay, so we're going to depart over here, and then you can put in anything that you want to also put in over here. Now if everything is all right, just go ahead and click on save over here. All right, so now we are good to go. So now we are done with our itinerary. We can go ahead and click on includes over here. So this is what these are includes. So what the trip includes and what the trip excludes. Okay, and that is what you have to know over here. So this is the session title, and this is what so I'm gonna say maybe trip includes. So what does that trip includes? Okay, so make sure you list all of them over here. List all of them over here. Just list them. Okay, just list whatever then that you want to list. So this one. Okay, so we can go ahead and just list them, all of them over here. And then what does the trip excludes? Okay, so when you scroll down, you see this one which says what? Trip excludes. Okay, so you can also have what your trip excludes also over here. So trip excludes, we can also what, list them also over here. So I'm just going to state, it's the same thing that I'm just pasting over here. The reason why is it doesn't matter, just enter whatever thing that you have to enter over here. Okay, so that's it. So trip excludes, it could be maybe it doesn't include flight, it doesn't include travel insurance, it doesn't include anything that you feel like it doesn't include. You can list them over here, and when you are done, you can just click on save over here. All right, so now we are done with includes and excludes. We're going to go to trip info. So with the trip info, the trip fat and other stuff, you can select some of them over here. It is pre populated for you over here, so you just go ahead and then select the ones that you feel like you have to select. So if there is an accommodation, you can just click over here, and then you maybe, if it is a 5-star hotel or if it is a luxurious hotel, whatever it is. So let's say I'm going to say 5-star luxurious hotel. So luxury hotel. Okay, so let me just say this one, and then we can go over here, and then let's say maybe we have Wi-Fi over there. Okay, so Wi-Fi is what available. Okay, Wi-Fi is available. You can go ahead and list all your trip infos and other stuff over here. So I'm just gonna keep this one as what, trip info, or maybe trip fat or whatever it is. Okay, so that is it. Now if you are done, just click on save over here to save it. Okay, so let's go to gallery over here. Now you have to enable image gallery. Okay, so if you have videos also, you can enable video gallery. So we can click on upload gallery, and this is where we select our images, right? We select all images related to the trip that we are going. So we're going to select some few images. So I'm going to select this one. I'm going to click on control and select this one also. Click on control and select this one. Just select some few images about Bali. Okay, and then you are good to go. So after that, I'm going to just click on select over here, and then it will just upload all the images that I want over here for me. Now I can choose how I want to arrange these images. Okay, so if I hold here and drag, this one is going to be on top over here, and then over here you see this one, I can set an image as what, a featured image. So when I click over here, I can go ahead and set a Bali image as what, this particular one. I'm going to set it as a featured image over here. Okay, so that is basically it. So now that I have this one over here, all what I need to do is to click on save to save changes. All right, so now the trip is updated successfully. Now let's go to map. Okay, so there are two options over here for map. You can enter your your session title over here and say maybe map. Now there are two options over here for map. Now for map, you can go ahead and upload the map image. Okay, so if I click over here, if you have the map image, you can like the way I have the map image for this particular trip for Bali over here, I can click over here and then upload the map image over here. Okay, it's gonna be over here, and then you can also upload an iframe code over here. So if I go to this one and go to maybe Google Maps, okay, so I can just search for maybe Bali map, right? I can search for Bali map, and then I'll get this map over here. Now when I go to maps over here, I'm going to click on maps over here.
Now I can be able to go ahead and then look for the iframe code for this Bali map. Okay, so of course I can just zoom in. Okay, you can go ahead and zoom in, right? Yeah, just zoom in to Bali. Okay, so this is a Bali, and I can click on share over here. So when I click on share, okay, so just go ahead and click on share to share. Click on share over here, and then you see this one which says embed map. Yeah, we're gonna copy this iframe code. So just copy this iframe code over here. Okay, just copy this one and then close this one. Now let's come to our trip over here. Now we're going to paste our iframe code over here. This is it. Okay, so now if I delete this one, I'll still have this map, but I can still have these two maps over here. One is the iframe code, and then the other one is just an image of the map. So I can just click on save changes or save over here, and I'm good to go. Now FAQs are also sometimes very important or very important. Now if you have some frequently asked questions about this particular trip, you can add them over here, but I'm going to just ignore them. And then file downloads. Okay, so file downloads is for the pro version. So if you have to download maybe some full itinerary as a PDF file, you can go ahead and download it over here and upload it over here for your users or for your clients to be able to download it. And then we also have what extra services. These are all for pro version. And then this short code is for you to be able to use this trip and insert it in any page that you want to insert. Okay, so basically that is it. So we can click on save over here and we are good to go. So now let's take a look at how our trip looks. So I'm going to just go ahead and then view it in a new tab over here and see how our Bali trip looks like. All right, so this is how our Bali trip looks like, and as you can see over here we have this one. So this is what single occupancy pricing, this is double occupancy pricing, this is what adult pricing. Okay, so as you can see everything looks perfectly well over here, and it's all good. It's all good. All the pricing, everything is what is now perfectly done. So we can look at our itinerary over here. So as you can see, this is the itinerary. Okay, and if you go ahead, we can look at our cost also over here. The trip includes and trip excludes. We can also go check it out over here. We can go ahead and look at our map also. Okay, so this is our map. So as you can see, this is how the map looks like. So this one is the image one, and this one is the one that we can go ahead, the iframe one. Okay, so now everything is perfect. Everything is looking good. The only thing we don't see is the trip info. Okay, so let me see if you see the trip. Oh, okay, so the trip highlights are over here. Okay, so the trip highlights are over here, but we don't see the trip info. The trip info is what we don't see. The trip info, you remember you said Wi-Fi and all those kind of stuff, we are not seeing it over here. Okay, so why are we not seeing it? Let's just go back and I see why we're not seeing it. So I'm going to go to over here and go to settings. Okay, and then I'll look at some of these settings over here. Okay, so we're gonna go through one after the other to see trip tab settings. So all these ones are activated. Okay, trip info. Okay, so these are the trip info that we added, but we don't see them on the front end. So let's go to display over here, and then after that we move to itinerary. So display new trip layout, enable to display new design in trip listing settings. Okay, so this is not what. Let's go to single trip over here. So you can hide booking from let's see, trip inquiry info, show WhatsApp,
So check to display the info section in the trip sidebar. Okay, so it's showing at the what, at the sidebar. Okay, sidebar. Okay, so let me just deactivate this one and then save this one, and let's go and see how if it will show here rather than the sidebar. Okay, so it's still not showing, but let me just refresh it again.
All right, guys, so to activate the trip info settings or the trip info on the front end, now we have to go to and click on display over here. Now when you click on display, go to single trip. Okay, single trip over here and scroll down. Okay, when you scroll down, you're gonna see settings that says show trip info. Okay, just click on it right now to activate it. Now when you click on it, it doesn't automatically activate it, but you have to make sure it is displayed on a certain side of the of the front end, okay, or the trip page. So what you have to do is show trip info on sidebar. So if you want to show it on sidebar, you can click this one, and then if you want to show trip info on the main content area also, you can activate this one. Okay, so that is what exactly, just activate them, and then also just click on save changes to save the changes that you've done. Okay, so now if you're okay with it, just go over here to the the front end to refresh the website and see that your trip info is now showing over there. So we're gonna go over there. Let's hold on for this one to load, and then we'll go over there. So let's refresh the website and see. And as you can see, we have trip info over here, and then we also have trip info also over here. Okay, now to remove these ones, we're gonna do that when we are customizing the theme that we are using. So as you can see, we have the trip info over here. So this is a 5-star luxury hotel, and then Wi-Fi. You can add more trip info to the front end if you want to. Okay, now you can either add it over here or add it over here. So I want to remove it from one side. I want to remove it from the sidebar. So I'm going to go back over here, and then I'm going to just say that I don't want it on the sidebar. Okay, so that is it, and then I will just click on save over here to save the changes that is done. All right, so the changes have been set and is successfully done. I'm going to go to the front end to refresh it once again and then see how it reacts. All right, so over here I'm going to just stop this one and then refresh it once again. Okay, so as you can see, it's not showing on the sidebar anymore, but it's rather showing this place. Okay, and that is it. So now if I want to go check the availability, I can just click on this particular one, and then I'm supposed to see a pop-up for me to be able to go and then see. So as you can see, this is the pop-up. I can go and select the date and other stuff. So let's say I want to go there on the 15th over here. I can click over here, and then I just want to choose a package. So I just want a standard package, and then I want the double occupancy one. So I'm just going to just select one over here and click on proceed. So I'm going to pay this 3,500. I can click on proceed over here, and now as you can see over here, this is how it looks like over here. Okay, so now as you can see, I can fill in my details and other stuff over here, and I can go ahead and click on book over here. So that is what basically that is how the whole thing really works. Okay, so I'm going to go to the front end over here, and now we can go ahead and then add more trips. Okay, so as you can see over here, because we we activated the demo and other stuff. Okay, so this one is also activated over here because we created one trip. All the other ones are activated, but of course we can remove all these ones and use our own on the front end. But don't worry, we will get there soon. Okay, so don't worry. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go back to the trips and then add more trips. Okay, so now that we know how to add trips, I've shown you how to add trips. I'm going to add some few other trips to it, and then I'll come back to the website later on. So I'm going to add some few trips over here. I'm just loading it so that after that we go ahead and add some few trips, and then we'll come back and then start customizing our website. All right, so now we have only we have, let's go and check the trips that we have on it on the website. Now we have only one trip over here. Okay, we have only one trip. Now forget about what you see on the front end. Okay, forget about what you see over here. This one is just a demo over here, which doesn't really reflect in the back end. Okay, so we will just deactivate all of them very soon, and then we'll let this one reflect over there. So we have only one trip. Now I want to add more trips to it, so I'm going to go through the same process that I did, but I'm going to just speed it up. So I'll just come back shortly. All right, guys, so I have been able to create some few trips over here. As you can see, I have some few trips over here, and I'm going to show you how you can be able to create your menus and other stuff. Okay, so let's go ahead and create customize the theme and create our menu and then other stuff. So first of all, we want to create our menu. So let's look at how we can be able to create our menu. So to create your menu, all what you need to do is to go to the left panel over here and hover on appearance. Okay, so hover on appearance, and then under appearance, you're going to see menus over there. Just click on menus over here and start to create your website menu. All right, so this is a menu over here, and there is nothing over here. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just gonna rename this one to primary menu. Okay, so just want this one to be my primary menu. Okay, so this is my primary menu over here, and as you can see, we have the home page as the front page, and all the other pages just thrown over here for us. So what we're gonna do is we're just going to keep some, and then delete some. So if you look at our website over here, you can see that with the menus on top over here, we have home, about, services, all trips, and then we have activities, the destinations, and then my account. So we're going to create such like that. So we want to delete this one, which is can be deleted. We have destinations. We want to delete this one. Also remove this one. Account is there. We want to delete this particular one also. We also have terms and conditions. We want to get rid of it. Yeah, of course you can choose to keep whatever you want to keep, but I want to get rid of some of them. Travelers info over here, I want to get rid of it. All right, so trip search results, I'll keep this one. I'll rename it to different than trip types. Okay, so if you want to keep it, you can keep it. Let's see if we have trip types over here. So we don't have trip type. Okay, all trips, and then we don't have trip types over there. So we want to get rid of trip types. All right, we want to get rid of this one also, wish list. The cart, if you want to keep it, you can. Then checkout also, I want to get rid of it. So I'm gonna have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. These two pages will be created, but first of all, what I want to do is I want to create custom link for it. So what I will do is I'm just going to come over here and then give it a pound sign, and then I'll say about. Okay, so I'll just create an about link for it. I'm going to bring it over here, and then I'll also come and then give it another one pound sign over here, and then say services. Okay, so this is just a custom link that I'm creating, and it's supposed to work perfectly. So this is it. So I'm going to just drag this one and make it come on top just before the home page. So it's going to be something like this, and then trip search, I'm going to bring it over here and then rename it to be all trips. Okay, so just going to rename it to be all trips. All trips. Okay, so now we have this one set up. So I'm going to just click on create menu to create my menu. So now I have this menu over here. Now I want to display its location to the primary menu, and then I want to save the menu. All right, so we have our menu successfully created. Now let's go to the front end to see how it looks like, if everything is working perfectly over there. Let's go over there to see how it looks like. All right, so as you can see, everything is working perfectly over there. And if you want to go to all trips, when we click on it, it's supposed to take us to all trip page. Okay, so we're gonna see how it looks like. Okay, so it looks perfectly the way we want it. Okay, so as you can see, everything is forming the way we want it. Okay, so that is it. So these are the trips that we've created. Okay, and that is exactly how it's supposed to be. So let's go back to the home page, and let's go back to the the admin panel, and then I'm going to show you how you can be able to now customize your now that we've created our trips, we created our menu. Now we have our header correctly set up. Now let's learn how we can be able to customize our our theme that we are using, the free theme that we are. You see, this one comes with all this demo thing over here, and if you click on it, it wouldn't take you to anywhere. Okay, so these are all demo things that the theme comes with. Okay, so we want to get rid of these things, and then we want to set up our own things over here. Okay, and that's exactly what we want to do. So now to do so, we want to click on this one which says customize. Okay, so let's click on it, customize. All right, so now that we are over here, as you can see, this is how the theme customization settings looks like. Okay, so you can set your site identity by setting up your logo and then your site title. Okay, so you can decide to change this one. Okay, and then also you can go ahead to set up your the appearance settings also over here. So your colors, you can be able to change it, but as you can see, this theme doesn't really give you more settings for you to deal with unless you you buy the pro version of the theme. Okay, and that is it. So the most important thing is the layout, the front page layout, how we can be able to design our front page layout. So this one is also the layout setting, the layout settings. Okay, how you want your page to be displaying, and then how you also want your how do you call it, your sidebar layout also to be displayed, and then also the default sidebar also to be displayed. Now we want to go over here and then go to the front page setting, which is the most important thing for us. We want to customize everything over here to make it our own. Okay, so first of all, we want to start step by step by the banner section over here, and as you can see, you can either enable it or disable it. You can even use a video banner over here. Okay, or enter any URL, YouTube URL over here, and then it's gonna pick it over here. And then if you want to use an image, of course you can decide to go ahead and click on this one to add an image to it to be able to use. Now we already have images over here, so let's say I want to use this particular one. Oh, okay, so this is not what I wanted. Let me see. Okay, so let's say I want to use this particular one over here. I can go ahead and then just click on this one. Now it's going to ask you to crop it. Okay, so make sure that you pick the best part of the image, and then you can just crop it. If you skip cropping, it's going to take its own part and then use it for you. So make sure you pick the best part of the image and then use it on the website. So we are cropping it, and then it's going to automatically insert it over there for us when it's done. And as you can see, we have a new kind of image over here for us. Okay, if you don't like, make sure that you have an image that have some kind of like a darker overlay. Okay, so that the text over here will be able to pop up well. Okay, and then your image should also be sharp, so that you can have nice images. Okay, so I'm just going to add another one also. Let me just add another one. So let's say okay, so let me just use this particular image over here. Okay, so I'm gonna have something like this over here. I'm gonna just use this part over here, and I'm just gonna crop it. Okay, so just click on crop to crop it. It's gonna do its own cropping, and then we're gonna have the image set up for us. All right, so we have three different images or two different images over here. Okay, so this ones over here, and then we can decide to randomize it. Okay, so randomize it, what does it mean? It means that when we click over here, it's going to be changing here and there. Okay, so that is it. And then over here also, when you scroll down, you can just type anything that you want to type over here. So instead of book unique homes, you can say book unique trips. Okay, so let's say I want to say trips, book unique trips and experiences, and then you can just type in get started now, or anything that you want to for the label. Now over here we can link it to our all trips page. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to link it to our all trips page. So I'm going to go to the front end and then see how what our all trips page link look like, and then I'm going to copy that link. Okay, I'm going to copy that link and then bring it to the the customization session, to the button over there. So this is the all trip, so I'm just going to copy this link address, and then I'm going to go back over here and then paste it over here. Instead of the pound sign, I'm going to paste this one over here. Okay, now the sad thing is some of the things you cannot change, like the button color and all those kind of stuff. You can use CSS to change if you know how to use CSS to change. But then if not, then you need to go in for the pro version of this particular plugin. Okay, for the pro version of this particular plugin, and that is it. Now let's go to the other side also. Now we can also change over here. Okay, so this one we can change. We can click over here and then we can either enable or disable. Okay, it all depends on us if you want to enable or disable it. But of course, if you want to enable, you have to make sure that you remove whatever it is over here. So it says what this is the best place to to show your most sold or popular travel packages over here. So if you look at what I have on this particular website, you're gonna see that I've renamed it to a different thing. Okay, so you can rename it to any different thing that you want to see. I said what our most popular, or our most popular trips to the motherland and blah 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 blah. So I can just copy this one and then come over here and then remove this one and paste this one over here. All right, so you can also change this one, okay, to maybe featured trips or whatever it is. So let's say I want to change it to featured trips. Okay, so if I change it to featured trips, now what I want to do is I want to publish this one first, then I'm going to go back over here, and then I'm going to go back to all trips over here at the back end. And then what I want to do is I want to set some of the trips as featured. Now to set a trip as featured, you see this star over here, just click on it. Okay, so I'm going to set Accra over here. I'm going to set Bali, okay, and I'm going to set maybe Greece, right? So this one is going to be our featured trips. So then I'll come back over here, and then if I refresh the website over here, I'm supposed to be able to just have the changes that we just made over there. Okay, so that is what perfectly how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to go back to the front page settings over here, and then we go over here, and then let's click on this particular one over here. Is a featured. Okay, so as you can see over here, now if you scroll down, we're going to see this packages over here. So we can choose a package. Okay, so remember I said Accra. I can choose another package. I set up is it Accra, Bali, and then what again? Accra, Bali, Accra, Greece. Okay, so let me just go back, and then the next one I'm going to choose Greece. All right, so these are going to be featured trips also over here. Okay, so now over here you can change it to anything that you want to change it to. Okay, so either view more or view details or whatever it is. Okay, so also with this one, view all packages, you can also enter the you know, the trip URL. Okay, this where is it? Yeah, this particular URL. Okay, so I'm going to copy link address, come over here, and then I'll paste this one over here. So over here, I'm going to say view all trips. All right. So now I have this one done. I can go forward to do a different thing altogether. So here is also featured trips. So as you can see, we can decide to remove this one since this one is featured trip, and then we can also make here our most popular with trip. Okay, so first of all, let's come over here and make this one most popular. Okay, so popular trips, not featured trips, but popular trips. And then we come over here and say it's what featured trips. So over here we can just delete this one. I want to remove this one, but of course you can type in your own anything that you want to type in, and then we can decide to remove this demo content from here and add our own demo content. Okay, add our own content, sorry, not demo content. So featured category that you want it to be featured, you can go over and choose whatever category that you are dealing with. So you can choose a category over here. You can go ahead and choose a category over here. So let's say I want to choose maybe swimming. Okay, and then the number of trips I want to show just 3, or let me just show all six trips. Okay, I want to show all 6 trips, and let's see if swimming have all 6 trips over there. Okay, so yeah, under swimming we can get all 6 trips. Okay, so basically that is all, and we can click on publish to publish it. Now you can also have deals and discounts if you have it. Okay, so you can click over here, and then you can go ahead and then choose anything that you want to choose. So you see all your trips will come over here, and then you're going to choose what you want. So let's say a discount to Thailand. We also have Maldives, and then we can also have maybe Dubai. Okay, we can have Dubai, and then we can also have maybe Greece. Okay, so these 4 is going to be like deals and discounts. Okay, so as you can see, this is how it's going to behave. Now of course you can decide to put view all deals also over here. Okay, I'm going to put this trips thing over here, all trips page over here, and then we have most popular destinations. Okay, so most popular destinations, I'm going to also remove this particular one over here, and then disable or go ahead to choose my category. Each other way is all right. So I'm going to just choose 4 different categories. So I'm going to choose Accra. I'm going to choose Bali. I will also choose Dubai, just like the way it is, and I'm going to choose Maldives. Okay, so Maldives is also one of the most popular destinations. Then we go to view all destinations, and I'm going to just put the destination link over there. Okay, so just like that, I'll copy the destination link and I'll come and put it over here. Okay, so as you can see, we have all 4 destinations set up over here. Now you can also go ahead to browse all activities. Okay, so let's go ahead to see all activities. I'm going to delete this one. You can disable the demo, and then we come over here to choose what category. So I'm going to click on swimming. I'll click on maybe biking or hiking, sorry. I'll click on walking. Also click on biking, and then I'm gonna click on another thing else, or again maybe camping. Okay, and then I'll click on another one, which is walking. So we have what biking, camping, hiking, snorkeling. I'm gonna click on snorkeling, and then you can choose up to 8, okay, or you can decide to choose just the one that you feel is okay for you. Okay, so let me just repeat some certain things over here. So I'm still gonna use this one, and then I'm gonna use which one again, which one should I use? Okay, so let me just use swimming, or yeah, swimming. Okay, so as you can see, because it's already there, it's not showing over here. Okay, so now to make the website really nice, what we want to do is to just use just four, four categories. Okay, so 4 categories is quite okay, which is quite okay. So we're gonna use this 4 categories, and then if you have how do you call it, if you have blog and travel stories that you want to share, you can share your post and other stuff over here. But I'm going to disable this one because we don't have any blog on the website. This hello world blog is automatically generated for us by WordPress. So basically that is it. I'm going to just click on publish, and when we come over here, I can just refresh the website, and let's see how it looks like. Now, as you can see, guys, the website really looks nice, and this is how our website now looks. Okay, so we can go ahead and then customize it more the way we really want it. Okay, so for the footer and other stuff, if you want to really customize the footer, then it is best for you to get a pro version of this particular plugin, or you can use different plugins, okay, to remove the footer, and then just use your own kind of footer for it. Okay, but aside that, I think everything looks pretty fine, and that is how you can be able to create a travel website for yourself. Now let's go ahead and then see the single trip page. Okay, so like let's say Bali. Okay, so we're gonna go to Bali, and as you can see, when you come over here, we have this search button over here, which we don't really like. Okay, so because I want the sidebar to be what really focus on trips. Okay, not just any recent comment and recent post and all that. So what we will do is we're gonna go back to the dashboard over here, and we hover on appearance over here, and then we are going to go to widgets. Okay, so go to widgets over here, and we want to set up our widget rightly the way we want it. So as you can see, the WP travel engine sidebar, okay, is bombarded with things we don't really want. So we're gonna remove these 3 blocks over here, okay, from the sidebar, and then we are going to add what we really want to add over there. Okay, so that is exactly what we want. So let's go ahead and then just let me just click over here, and then I'm going to say delete. Okay, so I've deleted the search, I've deleted the the post, the latest post, and all those kind of stuff. I'm also going to delete the comment, latest comment. Okay, so I've deleted all of them. Now if I want a different thing over here, I can really go ahead and then just enter anything I want to enter. So for instance, I want featured trips over there. So I want to just go ahead and then click over here, and then put it at WP sidebar, WP engine travel engine sidebar. So I'm going to go over there and put it over there. So I have featured trips. The number of posts I want to show is 3, and it's quite okay for me. I click done. If I come to Bali over here and I refresh the website, I'm supposed to see this 3 featured posts. So as you can see, this is how it looks like. Okay, so now you have something related to trips over there. Okay, and that is how you have to keep it. So you can add more things over there if only it is related to trips that you really want. And the widget section over here helps a lot to be able to design the single post and other stuff that you want. So we also have about section over here. So as you can see, you can add some text and other stuff. We also have call to action, action 1 session, and call to action whatever session over here. So for the let's say the call to action, you want to add a widget to it. You see this one is what a call to action over here. Okay, so you can add this widget to it and see how it will become. So we want to put it to call to action and then click on the widget, and then you can just enter your content and other stuff over here. Give it either an image or a background color, and then you are good to go. Okay, so let's say we say view more trips. Okay, so we're gonna say view more trips, and then you can enter the content also over here. So any content that you feel like you want to enter. So let's say I just want to enter something small. So let's say I want to enter something. Okay, so let me just enter all these text over here. I just want to see, I haven't tested this one, but I just want to see how it works. So I will put this one over here, and then the number of call to action buttons is supposed to be 1. If you want it to be 2, you can. Okay, so you can put 2 over there, but it's supposed to be 1 over here. And then the text that you want to the text that you want it to come over there. I'm just gonna just say view more trips. Okay, so view more trips over here, and then I'll link it to this particular all trips over here. I'm gonna link it to all trips. Okay, and then the background color or the you want to upload. So let's say I want to upload an image. Okay, so I'm going to just upload this image. All right, and then I'm going to click on save. Now I don't know where it's going to appear, but I guess it's going to be on the home page. So now let's go to the home page and then see how it looks like. Okay, so we're going to scroll through and see if you're going to see all trips, view more trips. All right, so as you can see, this is it over here, view more trips over here. So like I told you, I don't know where it's going to appear, but I know it's going to be on the home page. And as you can see, it is on the home page. So make sure that you have kind of like a darker image, okay, darker image, so that you can be able to have this one done successfully. And it looks nice, it looks pretty fine. And you can insert the second one also, maybe probably somewhere here. Okay, so let's say I want to go for the second call to action also over here. I can go ahead and then use the second call to action. Okay, so this one is still this one, call to action widget, and it's going to be on the second one. Okay, so I'm going to just add it over here. Now, just like we added the previous ones, we're just going to do same. Okay, so so let's say this one we're going to use destinations. Okay, so let's say view more destinations. So view more destinations. So let's say we want to say do you want to travel around the world? Do you want to travel around the world? Okay, then you can give your dummy text over here. Let's try and see if we have some dummy text that we want to use. Okay, so let me just use this particular one over here, the same dummy text. Okay, I'm gonna go to the widget, put those text over here, but of course you can type your own text, and then we can either have 2 buttons over here, and then first one says view more destinations, and we put a destination link over there. Okay, we're gonna put destination, copy link address, and then we come over here, we put the destination link over there, and over here too, instead of let's say view more destinations, we're going to say view all trips, view all trips. Okay, so view all trips. Now this, we're gonna bring all trips also link over there. Okay, so let's come over here and put that link over here. Now we can either use color, or we can use image. So we're gonna use an image. We're gonna use an image for it, and then let's just pick this particular one for Greece and see how it looks like. All right, so we're gonna save this one, and then we click done. Now let's go to the front end and refresh it and see how it looks like on the front end. So now we will go ahead and view how it looks like on the front end. So this is the first one. Let's see where the second one will be. Okay, so this is also the second one. Okay, so as you can see, this is exactly the place where it will. So like I told you, you need to get an image which have that kind of darker overlay. Okay, so that your button and then your words will pop up. But in the end, I think this is so cool. This is so nice. You can be able to create different kind of amazing websites using this this kind of trips plugin and then theme over here. Okay, from WP Travel Engine. So I'm going to change this one. I'm going to remove this one and upload a new one over there. I just want an image which will be a little bit dark. That will really showcase what I really want. So let me just pick this one over here. All right, and then I'll click on save. Now let me come over here and refresh the website. Okay, so as you can see, now you can see the words over there. Okay, so that is exactly how you are supposed to. So pick an image with a darker kind of like a background, and then everything would work perfectly well for you. So as you can see, this is how you can be able to create a perfect travel website using the WP Travel Engine plugin and then also its theme over here.